Hey, my name's Mark, and there was a part 1 to this whole thing that showed off all the layers of this existing project. And then I said I was going to go through and make a tutorial how to make it from scratch and show how, I worked it all together. So I'm going to go through and make this as fast as I can because I know this can easily get way too long. So I'm going to make it 12 seconds, 1080p, and 24 frames per second. That's fine. You could add some motion blur to everything if you want to smooth it out. I just like the 24 frames per second feel. All right, so let's see. We're starting a new comp, so that means we need to create a new solid as our background. So the color for this, I actually have right on over here. So I'll paste that right there. And that's our solid. We'll throw a ramp on that. All right. And then the white needs to change to this one, which is a red that I used in the project. And now let's set these. So, you know what? I feel like this is backwards and my whole project is going to be inverted, but we'll see. So there we go. There's the red. And I want to say this was 47. That looks about right. And yeah, so I think, oh, we got to add the texture. All right, so let's add a texture. Texture, oh, I spelled that wrong. Texturize, oh, that's why. All right, so here's our texture. And if you notice, we're already getting a warning on this layer, or this effect, because we have a 16-bit project. And that's a 32-bit, or 8-bit effect. So it's not going to go so well. But let's go ahead and turn that on and just say forget it, because we're doing 16-bit because it's going to help with our gradients and our adjustment layers and everything. So let's go ahead and add that seamless texture so we have something to point that at. You can turn it off, you can even lock it so you never touch it. And then point it there. I think I did 0.8, otherwise it got a little too strong once we did our curves. So there we go. There's our texture on the background, and let's move forward. I would say it's time to do those little banner things on the side. So let's go ahead and lock this background layer so we don't actually accidentally move it or something. And do layer new and solid. So let's go ahead and make a white layer. And sure, whatever the dimensions are, I'm just going to play with them. Let's make it way too long. All right, and if you remember, these were actually all at 10%. They don't seem like much now, but once we get our curves going, it'll actually look pretty good. So let's throw this guy up here. So around there is good. And you want to make sure you have a little bit of extra room all over the place, because chances are this is going to be rotating and moving around, and you don't want to end up showing the backside and be like, oh, that's just a little line sitting there. Little Tetris block. All right, so let's go ahead and duplicate these layers. We're gonna need a few of them. Let's put one here, let's throw one over here, let's paste another and drop it below it. And that way we have something that we're working with. And let's see, we need more of them. More! Give me more layers. And let's see, we'll rotate that guy. I want him a bit more. To be honest, I'm going to move these two in. And we'll do another. Put this guy over here. Sorry. We need to rotate that one until we have what we want. Just had a comparison, see what we're at. Yeah, so it's pretty similar. Maybe this one was rotated a little more of an arc, but yeah, you get the idea. All right, so we have those. We might as well. I guess we can do our position rotation effect. So let's let's go ahead and grab the expression. Don't post that into it. If you put wiggle position in there, it will not do what you think it will do. It will resist arrest. And all right, so now we have all of our wigglies going on. And let me just double check to make sure I got them all. You can tell because it's all red if there's some sort of expression affecting it. So there we go. They're all shaking around. And let's see, now we want to do let's add a rotation. That way they don't feel so uniform. And let's see, rotation. You know, I'm going through this pretty fast because I already understand the project. Oh, I must have copied it. Dang. I already understand like how I wanted the project to look. It took about an hour, I think, to make it the first time. Do I keep copying? I do. Dang. And so that's that. Yeah, I went through and made the project pretty quick the first time, and that's why I'm not too concerned about, you know, remaking it for you guys, because it's a pretty simple project, and we're already halfway done. So now it's time to add the content that sits dead center. So let's see, we'll add the Verge logo. I'm actually drop it here so it goes center. We'll scale that bad boy up. I think 150 was a good number, and we'll do more in the null. Actually, no. It's 170. Yeah. And for this layer, we need to turn on continuously rasterize, which is this one right here. And then we wanted to change the blending style of that layer. And set the opacity down quite a bit. 48's good. Let's see, what else do we need? We need some text up in here. So let's go ahead and add a text layer. And I think it was the Verge. Oh, Vergecast is one word. So let's take that. We got Roboto already selected. And Roboto is an awesome font, and I don't know if I said that in the other video, but you should definitely look into it if you are not familiar with it. So we'll turn this up because big fonts are cool. And I don't even know where I had the placement of this stuff before. Hopefully that's not too ridiculous there. Oh, let me change the position. Yeah, that's actually center. Sweet. All right, because 540 would be center vertically, horizontally 960 because the project is double that size. All right, so let's go ahead and duplicate this layer just so we have our font already selected the way we want it, and this should say something like live from CES 2013. CES. Yeah, okay. 2013. Man, I keep messing that up. And let's tighten those in. Let's add a kind of a block behind it. Actually, no, I want to do a what is it? Layer, solid. There we go. Let's scale this in quite a bit. And then we're going to make this opaque, or put the opacity to, I have no idea what this is at. I'll just leave it at 42 for now. I need to tighten these in. And that looks... All right, so we'll go ahead and add a ramp to this. You could do this with a mask. I just prefer to do it with a ramp. Let's see, we want our dark color to be over here somewhere, and our light to be right here at the edge. And I think I picked some like teal kind of looking color, so we'll just do that again. And then we want to change the layer blending style to screen. That's pretty good. I don't feel like it's as good as it could be, but small adjustments, we'll come back and do them after we get the project where we want it in terms of adjustment layers. We can go back and do some tweaks. So I don't even remember. Let me just check where I had the alignment. Okay, so the R is pretty much right there, and that sits. Dang, that is actually really close. So that's pretty much where we were at before. And let's go ahead and make a null until all this pointing at that null. So let's do layer new null object. Drop this. Oh, never mind. All these are 1. So all these will be pointing right there. Now it's time to get our adjustment layers on. Oh, so add some wiggle to this bad boy. I'll probably have my desktop there where it popped up. There's our wiggle, and I want to cut this in half just because I can. And I just don't really care to have it, moving quite as much. And there's no rotation on that. So that's it. We have all of our movement done, and ready to add some curves on this. So let's see, we want to add layer, new, adjustment layer. And then let's put this below all of our logo stuff. So we don't need a ramp right now. We need curves. Take our curves and we'll drop it right here on the adjustment layer. And let's ramp this up. Let's make it pretty. Look at that. It's starting to come to life already. And I believe I created the inverse of this one, which is quite interesting. So there we go. There's that. And let's go ahead and add kind of like that ramp thing that I did before. So let's say, I'll just base off this one just so I have the right placement. Goodness, way too bright. We need to put a ramp on here. And now how did I set this up the first time? I want to say something like that was there. This is here. I think. All right, and we'll blend it a little bit. This is not what I thought of. No, this isn't what I was meaning to do at all. This needs to go here and in a much better position. Let's do this. Now, where are these at? Let's move this guy over some and move that to there. And we'll set the layer style to, I think, this one. No, I think it was screen. What did I do? Should not be affecting that side at all. I have to think about this. Actually, let me just go back and look at the other project. Where is that one? Oh, these are solids. Adjustment layers. Yeah, it was this one. Oh, I didn't blend with the original at all, and it was at the screen, and oh, it was barely visible. That's why. So let's see. Let's go ahead and set that to 11, and no blend with the original. Yeah. Okay. And oh, is that it? Yeah. There we go. So we brightened up that side. Wow, that took longer than it should have. Let's see, let's keep it moving. Let's add some lens flare. Base off this layer and get rid of that curves. And throw lens flare in here. And I want to say I use this one. You know, I'll bring it on this side, considering it's kind of an inverted project. And we'll, you know, there, and we'll set this to, let's say, 42, and bring it in a little closer. Let's add some keyframes. So, oh, I don't need that one yet. Let's just go ahead and put this one at the bottom. And halfway through that, let me do this. So, about right here, I'm gonna bring it in close, and I want to, let's see, set the flare brightness. I want to, you know, I don't want to play with flare brightness. It's 100. Oh my goodness, I'm blinded by the light. That's what I wanted to be playing with. So I want that at 24 at this point. And about here, I want to have that at 42. I have a feeling, oh, that's why I'm not showing the keyframes. And we'll set that back to 42. Just so it kind of like ramps up at this point. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a, that's what I wanted. Interpolation. Set those both to continuous Bezier. That way, it's not like, yo, there's a keyframe there. So there we go. Still forgetting something. I could do like that little thing that sits behind the Vergecast. Let's do that now. So I think I did that as an adjustment layer, if I remember correctly. And then I had it sit here, and maybe not. Goodness, I don't know. Let's do it behind it. And then I created a mask, and I think I did it this way. So I did some like boom, boom, boom. And now that I think about it, I don't even know if this was a adjustment layer or not. I'll just add I could just tint it. No. Yeah, I can do that. You just tint all to white. What layer do it? Oh, dang. Select the wrong one. Where was it? This one. Right? Oh, I don't like the way that is. Yeah, I'll do curves. I really feel like the other project it was a different kind of layer. But we'll take our mask that we created. Oh, and I think this was around like 18 or 20 to feather it, and then I did some opacity at, I don't know, 24. It's barely there. 48, 42. I don't like the shape. Yeah, that's good enough. I need to lower this one though. Oh my goodness. Did not mean to do that one. Don't worry about that, it's fine. Alright, so yeah, there's our is it everything? No, I'm forgetting one. This last one is another adjustment layer, new adjustment layer. Hopefully it goes to the top. Okay. And this one we're gonna create another mask. And this time we want to bring these bad boys in quite a bit. And yeah, let's add another curves. And we'll feather it. So let's bring it to mask properties. Just feather that quite a bit so it's not so obvious. Damn, that is obvious. More feathers. And we'll add some opacity so it's not so aggressive. Is that? Yeah, that is way too much still. Maybe I'll just do that. And that's 70. Yeah, I'm not doing that this time. 50. See how it affects, see if it's even worth having. Yeah, I think I like it. And let's see, I swear there was another effect that I had in here that is not currently in it. Oh, I don't have my my light leaks. So let's go ahead and add those. And I want to say it was screening. And it was like crazy opaque. It's like 12. I want to say I brought it into about here. This is where it starts getting intense, I think. Yeah. And then I went through and changed the blending, or frame blending, to pixel motion. And then we're going to slow this thing down. So I find it easy just to do a time remap real quick. Create a keyframe right here. And then about halfway through the project, because I want to have it move about half the speed. Just moves a little bit too much for my liking, because I want it to be, you know, adding to it, not, you know, distracting. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. Let's go ahead and let's put some zoom, not zoom. Let's move this null to have a little bit of a scale. I don't know how much I want to scale it. Probably 10%, but I don't know if I want to move it from this point to the other point. Oh, 110. But yeah, so that should. Goodness, I need to fix this adjustment layer. I'm trying to think how I can do this. I guess I can feather it more. I don't feel like it was that much. Maybe I'm just having it way too intense. I don't know. Goodness, that was a big jump. Let me zoom in so it's not so much. All right, it's not too bad. All right, so yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. Let's do a quick render after I add the little audio track. And yeah, so let's see. Shyness. Drop it down here. Let's lock this layer. Let's go ahead and lock these. The adjustment layer, sure, you can be locked too. Everybody gets locked up. So I don't accidentally click something. And let's see, we'll drop down. And this is kind of like a pointless thing to add onto the video, but I dig it. I need to go one more frame just because of the way this cuts. Now let's drop this over here. And let's set L. Sorry if I'm moving a little fast. I'm just trying to get through this because I don't want it to be so long that no one's going to watch it. So I think I had a negative 10 decibels. Bring it here and create another keyframe and drop it down to the beginning and have it be nothing. All right, so we're ready to preview it, see if this looks as decent as the other one. So let's do some comparison. Let's go to the first frame on both. This is the original, this was the remake. Seems a little bit brighter and not as vibrant colors. Let's go right into the middle. Somewhere about here. Yeah, it's definitely brighter. I probably didn't take this one back down a level like I probably should have. Probably should have done something like that. So there's a little bit more contrast to the project. And somewhere in there. And let's see what else we got. Let's go to the end. Go to like last frame area. And let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, the other project's much more vibrant. I can't really remember what I did to get that effect. But yeah, let's render this one and check it out. Let's see what the final look like. I had to stop the render real quick because I need to turn on frame blending, otherwise our light leaks aren't going to look right. Alright, so this is the final. If I was going to make any more changes, I would probably take that little like adjustment layer that I have sitting behind the Vergecast, and I would have attached it to the null object. That way it scales with it. Otherwise you see how it actually is moving somewhat away from that layer. I feel like the background behind Live from CES is a little too bright, so I might want to play with that a little bit. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the quick, somewhat quick, I don't know, it might be really long tutorial. But thanks man, hope you enjoyed.